Hey there, I'm Kevin Downey, and I run a boutique agency called Kevin M. Downey, where we help B2B companies with their sales and marketing efforts. You can visit our website at kevinmdowney.com. Okay, today's video, I'm continuing our series 16 rules for B2B sales, marketing, and business development. Rule number 5, patience is a virtue with emails. So the death sentence for cold email marketing is your volume eclipsing to the point where your failure rate is too high. Spam marks, this would include as well. Is you've got to keep your volume relatively low on the front end until you get through your entire list and weed out all of your defers, your bounces, your blocks, so on and so forth, right? So even if you run your email list through a zero bounce or a bouncer, you're still going to have some email addresses that are going to fail. We want to keep that failure rate below 2% overall, right? So how do we do that? So you're going to want to run reputation management to keep the health of your domain high, which is AI-driven emails that get, almost 100% open and success rate. And then you want your cold emails to be such that your overall failure rate stays below kind of a 2% threshold. So it is very important in the early stages of your email list, or it's going through your first run of your email list, to keep your volume low, right? And so that your failure rate is below 2% overall. All right, now once you have done that, you can increase volume. All right. Now, in our case, as an agency, because our clients aren't going to have the patience to wait that long, because if you have 100,000 and you can only send 1,000 a day, it's going to take obviously months and months and months to get through 100,000, right? So our clients aren't going to have that kind of patience. So what we need to do is we utilize a different structure. We use a domain rotation structure. So we do 5 domains per client for delivering 6,000 emails a day. We run all emails from one email address, one domain. And then once that domain kind of gets fried or burnt, as we call it, we switch domains to a healthy domain and build a campaign and send from there, right? And then that first domain goes into a recovery mode where we're just running reputation management emails on that domain full throttle to then recover that domain, right? So that's one of the ways around it, but that's a fairly complex, time-intensive structure. It's also fairly expensive. So if you want to avoid all that, then remember, you want to have patience. Go through your list, get rid of all the defers, bounces, blocks, keep that volume relatively low, all right? And then once you get through that, you can increase your volume, whether you're sending through an email API or let's say an SMTP server. If you're going through Google Workspace, Microsoft 365 accounts, you're obviously very limited by those platforms, but you can add more boxes and send more volume for each domain, okay? All right, so remember, rule number 5 with email, patience is a virtue.